Hi everyone, Texas Mom here. Shout out to everyone. I am sorry guys, it's been a while. I know I uploaded a recent videos but of course I have not been very supportive to everyone because between being a mom and a full-time job, it's very hard to keep up with watching all of y'all's what's going on of y'all's channel. But forgive me, I'm just I'm just one me taking care of two kids and working at the same time. So today it's Sunday. I just want to share food for our soul. So anyway, I'm gonna be talking about how God restores us, but then the devil destroys us also. So that's the difference between, if you can get the mind of the devil, if you read the book of Revelations, you can have an idea how the devil minds work. The book of Revelations, it tells there, how the devil really work, because one day there's gonna be comes one of these days, well, I don't know when, but in the book of Revelations, God will send his angel to basically take care of the devil. The devil will be chained up, and be sent to the underneath the pit. Excuse me, my allergy is bad. So anyway, excuse me. So now I understand why the devil is very distracting. Very, everything with the devil is just full of distraction. The devil is full of distraction, very fearful, no peace at all. With the devil had no peace. He's full of distraction, fearful, and everything. But with God, you have peace, you have hopes, you have courage, you have joy. The devil is just the opposite way. That's why the devil is a thief. A thief by robbing us with our joy. The devil do not want us to serve God. The devil don't want us to do things that is pleasing for God, because the devil hates that. The devil is always fearful, because you know why? Okay, if you think about in the future, okay, you're thinking about your future, and then one day, because like the devil know that one day he's gonna be chained up, tied up, and be thrown in the pit, like underneath the pit, like really worse than the pit, and he will stay there for 100,000 of years, right? Now, can you imagine that? Just thinking of that. You think you're not gonna be like feeling discouraged every day, because any day maybe, you can be tied up and be thrown into fire in hell for thousands and thousands of years. Imagine that. But of course, to some of us probably don't believe of that. But we kind of know the future by reading the book of Revelations. We would have some kind of idea what the heavens would look like, But anyway, today it's just God restores us, but the devil destroys us, right? So, and there is if you study the Bible, there's a lot of cases that God really restores what we lost in our life. God will replace everything. If you lost your husband or your wife, and of course God will replace that, like he will restore everything that you are missing, basically. So God restores materially, God restores basically even your life, when we die, it's just our body is absent, but then we go straight to heaven, right? So anyway, there's a lot of cases in the Bible that God restores. One of that is Job. God permitted the devil to basically give Job the test of his life. Because the devil basically told God the only reason that Job loved God because Job has everything. I mean everything you can imagine. But God did not believe the devil, so therefore God permitted the devil to basically let the devil destroy Job's life. Now, it's the same with us nowadays. God will send anything in our life that we don't want it to happen, and we don't understand why God would do that in our lives. Even me, I am the living testimony that I've been through so much, even my kids, you know. Why would God do such a thing like that? But there's always a reason. That's why God said, walk by faith and not by sight. If you know what it means. Because for us people, we always said, well, seeing is believing. If we don't see it, we don't believe it, right? But with God, God tells us that we had to walk by faith and not with sight. Not by sight. Because God always works in the invisible way. So, okay. So he permitted the devil to basically destroy Job's life. But God said to the devil, do not take his life. But after all of that, the devil took Job's 10 children. I mean, basically everything. And Job went through hell, basically. And, you know, he's got all these illnesses. I mean, oh my gosh, you can never imagine what Job went through. And why would God let that happen to Job? But then after all of that turmoil in Job's life, God restored everything back. The word restore is basically gave back. And that's what God's job. You know, he always restores things that we lost. Even though God, sometimes God will permit the devil to do something, such a horrible thing in our lives, it's because for good reason. There's always a reason behind everything that happens in our life. And a lot of that happens, a lot of cases in the Bible that happen, even the blind man. You know, of course, God did miracle to the blind man. He make the blind man can see. He restores the blind man. And then the 10 men with leprosy, he heals the 10 men with leprosy. You know, the 10 men prayed to God and said, please heal us, you know, with our leprosy. And God said, go to the priest. But you cannot go to the priest without healing first. But God said, go and see the priest. And so they did. They listened to God, and as they are on the way to the priest, God heals them as they are walking to the priest. You see, God does restore everything that happens in our life, everything that we lost in our lives. God replaced everything or restores everything and gave everything back to us, right? So, another good example also that the evidence that we see in the Bible is King David. King David do not have peace, do not have joy after King David had sinned. You know, King David loved God, but he slept and fall, and he sinned. He had sinned, and after that, he never had peace, he never had joy anymore. But God restores David, you know. God gave David back his joy and peace after David had sinned. So, guys, this is why when God sent us something to tell us something, you know, to warn us, you know, we maybe had to be open, we had to have an open mind. Because, like, for example, you know, the devil's job is always to destroy us. Like, you know, he destroys our relationship, marriages, our work. I mean, whatever it may be, whatever it is, you know, we go through so much, and then the devil is always just right there. And you guys may think, oh, well, you know, I have a good, happy marriage. You know, I'm a good wife. Oh, I'm a good husband. We don't really need anything to, you know, make it better than we already have been, you know. But you never know. The devil can get there in the middle of your marriage and then boom, that's it. I have seen couple that are been married for 25 to 30 years and they still got a divorce. And you know, you never know. So sometimes that's why we had to invite God in our lives and put him in the middle of our marriage maybe, or relationship, or anything. We had to invite the Holy Spirit to come in our heart, because any day, anytime, the devil can destroy us in no time, because the devil do not want us to have joy, peace, and courage. And basically the devil do not want us to do anything that is pleasing for God. And that is the work of the devil. So in order for us to have a protection, we had to invite God in our life, in our hearts, and make sure that the Holy Spirit remain in us. So in order to do that, in order for us to have peace, if we are going through so much in our lives, we can read the book of Isaiah about peace. If we do not have peace because we are feeling discouraged and no hopes, feeling discouraged, we don't have peace. We can't sleep because there is just no peace. Let's read the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 3. You will in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast. And for joy, we don't have joy, we can read the book of Psalm 16, verse 11. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. And courage, Joshua 1 verse 9 says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. And for hopes, book of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, it says, I am with you and will save you. So there is hopes. God will save us from the devil. God will protect us from the devil. And God will restore everything back, whatever we may lost in our lives. So folks, I love you all. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. And have a blessed Sunday. Goodbye.